And we are back broadcasting live Facts Not Feelings from the one and only dealer funnel booth right behind me. Y'all can see this. It's going to come here, but I'm going to take out Mark in the process here. But once this flips, you're going to see like, hey, she's not, well, I am crazy. But the dealer funnel booth, we're at 8345. Stop by. We've had great guests so far. And Mark and I, for those who don't know, Mark and I go back a hot minute. And last day, he had the joy of being the very last interview. That was a rough interview. We also had, I say very loosely here, but we had happy hour going on, and there were a lot of old fashions. We've been pretty good at that point, but I had done 30 interviews at that point. I was beyond Cookie Monster, Exorcist, whatever you want to call it. I had no voice, and I go, I need alcohol, I need it now. And we drank on the show, had a good time.
We did,
and yeah, but it was a good show, and that was so cold. Remember, we're like on the center of the sun when we began,
right?
And then calm down a little bit.
Yeah, it did. And speaking of cold, it was freezing in here yesterday, and now it's like 250 degrees. It is so warm in here. NADA is literally heating up right now, guys. And what a great show so far.
So I just went to the washroom. There's something in the air here that's getting my contacts really bad. So if I just like randomly start crying out of one eye, it is very emotional speaking with you and being at NADA. So I go in there, and it's like, it's got to be 32 degrees in the bathroom. The poor gal next to me, she goes to wash her hands. She's like, the hot water is freezing. I was like, you walk outside, there's like a 3-degree swing. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. But yeah, so we've got, like I said, for those who know Mark Ferguson, he is the one and only incredible human being, Mark Ferguson. He is with Dealer World. You just recently had a title change. Well, that was made public title change.
I did, correct. Yeah. So I am currently the VP of Biz Dev here at Dealer World. So trying to make connections with great vendor partners and of course dealers, right? That's what we live to do, is help dealers and move their dealerships forward. And listen, NADA was a struggle to get here for everybody, and planes, trains, deals, but we did it. Right? And I'm looking around and I'm seeing dealers everywhere, meeting with vendors, and trying to find ways and solutions to sell more cars and be more profitable in 2025. So it's a fun event. If you can, but I'm sure most of you that are watching. And if you're stop, come and see us.
Yeah, and my Blake there. Have you pull your mic up just a little bit there so I can hear you. There we go. Sorry. So as we're talking about as we're talking, for those, we're gonna test the noise cancellation of the Shure microphones. We got a mother. I almost just dropped the F-bomb right there. That was that close. That close. There's a very large band coming this direction. I don't know if you saw yesterday, but there were like these dancers that I'm gonna say middle-aged men.
Oh, and they were the 6-1 crew.
There you go. Yeah,
guys were great.
So I wish you all could see this behind, because we can definitely hear the band coming here. So we're not really sure what's going to happen or how well this is going to block it out. But to Mark's point, I get a text. I'm in Vegas, right, trying to get here. Flight's been canceled. I was like, "What are you guys doing?" He takes a screenshot, and it's like 10 hours from St. Louis. They're in St. Louis visiting a client. I was like, there's no way to make that trip. And sure enough, you guys 100% made that trip.
720 miles later. It was quite the adventure. But once again, I mean, that's one of the things I posted on LinkedIn about it. You may have seen it. It's one of the things that I love about the automotive retail industry is we figure out ways to get stuff done, right? And it's a testament to who we are as an industry. And it's why I love working in the space that we all work in. Dealers find ways to get things done. Vendors find ways to get things done. And, a little bit of weather and airports being closed, that's not going to stop us. And I know there was a lot of stress, especially on the vendor side, that dealers were not going to be here. Well, guess what, guys? Dealers are here and they're looking to do business. And they're like, once again, they're like trying to find solutions.
Well, I'm going to say we've had this reoccurring theme today of guests that have been interviewed. That one, the resiliencies, that's the word I'm hearing so much. And the people that are here, my goodness, do they want to be here? Like I was talking to Joe Akers, who's with NADA.
Yep.
Took him 36 hours to get here. I go, damn, like that is full out commitment. But
is.
it is like, and I have found over and over when I'm having these, and whether you're on the dealer side or vendor side, I believe I've been on both. And sometimes you're like, as a dealer, want to turn your badge around. But I have seen as well, like, I'm not really seeing that as much, even though there aren't as many dealers, but they're considering what it is. I'm happy with the turnout. But having those connections, I can have a longer conversation with XYZ person, whether it's a vendor partner, whether it's a dealership, I'm able to have a more meaningful conversation because I'm not getting pulled in 15 different directions.
Correct.
Are you guys seeing the same thing?
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing the same thing. More meaningful conversations. That really is a good point, Brooke. It really is. If you made the effort to get here, it was for a reason, right? You're not just here to party and get drunk, right? You're here to move your business forward, which is what we all want to do. And that's what Dealer World exists for, right? It's struggling for words right now, unfortunately, but it's why we exist as a vendor.
It's also. Well, we're the first. I won't say it's the. I was walking by and it was like the live stage, and they're like, "It's the third day of NADA." I was like, "No, I can't count that high right now, but I'm sure it's only the second day of NADA." So, I know it's the busiest day.
Technically, it officially opened on Thursday.
Yeah, but we're just all trying to get through. I'm sure a lot of us had late nights last night. We are here, which is all that matters. We're not passed out somewhere. We were able to do good stuff like that. So let's get into a little bit of NADA. I'll say with that, like, because there's so much going on and we've had such a great opportunity to talk to so many different people. What is the biggest, I'll go with the biggest takeaway. We'll start with that. What's the biggest takeaway from the show for you?
So I feel like dealers are realizing in 2025 that it's getting back to, I don't want to say normal, but getting back to the car business, right? It's not the COVID era anymore, right? We need to start marketing. We need to find new innovations and find ways to be profitable again and be a little bit more dialed in with our approach instead of just doing a spray and pray kind of a marketing effort for sure. So dealers that I'm talking to here on the floor, they're trying to find efficiencies for their dealerships, whether it's in marketing or operations. They're really trying to find efficiencies so that they can be more profitable moving into the second half of the 2020s.
Well, I think with that, obviously we got the dealer funnel booth behind us, and that's one way to definitely do that.
Sure.
Obviously, we have mutual clients with Dealer World and my BZ Consultants clients, and having that. You've been in those meetings with me on our mutual clients where you guys go so far and above to be like, hey, let's jump into this. Let's look at this. This isn't what a typical ad agency is going to do, but you guys go that extra step to streamline that and say, we're not just a vendor, because I hate that word.
I do too.
We are a partner. We are a business partner. And this is what this means. We're going to go above and beyond and give you that white glove service because of that reason right there. And it's something I so appreciate, being on the side of, hey, I'm an advocate for the dealer. I don't have a really horse in the game. Horse in the race. There we go. Yeah, maybe I should be drinking at this point, but we were talking before I'm yet to get a nice tea, and so I'm like, okay, after this we need the caffeine fix because we're at 11:15, and I've not had any caffeine today, which is shocking. I'm still functioning. So with that, there's a lot going on with NAD, right? Is there something in particular? I know you're obviously working the booth, but is there something in particular as you're walking around or talking to someone, you're like, oh, I got to talk to that person. I got to go check out that session or a product.
Specifically, I'm kind of a browser this year at NAD. I've had some good conversations. I was just down at the ACD booth. They've got some really cool things going on. They've expanded their operations. If you've been to NADAs in the past, they used to be a booth the size of ours, and now they're by 50, I think, a big booth. So ACB's got some really cool things going on. That can help dealers and give you some alternatives to maybe some of the old school ingrained people that are out there. I'm not going to mention any names, but I think most people know who we're talking about. And, that's it. And obviously, Brooke, when we were talking last year, right, you asked me what the buzzwords were, and it's AI, right? AI is everywhere, and obviously Dealer Funnel's got an AI component. It's powered by AI. But it's making us all more efficient. I use it every single day. I'm sure that you do as well.
Amen.
And it's really interesting to see how many people are using the AI products that are available to innovate and come up with new ideas. So I haven't found that one little nugget of a company that I've never heard of yet, but I haven't had the opportunity to walk the whole floor, which, by the way,
it's massive.
This thing is huge.
Yeah.
It's a quarter mile long.
I was betting. Someone was like, "It's a mile." I don't think it's a mile, but I was thinking half mile. So we'll check
it out.
Yeah,
I'll step it out later.
That's what we have the Apple Watches for, like, ladies and gentlemen, is to figure this stuff out. But
I'll do a walk and talk later.
There we go. We'll be on LSD.
15 minutes. We will be on Lakeshore Drive. Lakeshore Drive.
For those who don't know yet, they're like, oh, she's really went off the rails right now.
Correct.
But no, it is like walking around. It's just crazy. I thought, okay, you're more spread out. So maybe I'm going to be walking more, which I think I still did, but this, while it's still compact, you don't quite realize how long it's going to take you to go from one end to the other. So with that, what is your go-to snack and treat when you're getting stopped by 15,000 people and make it 10 yards?
My go-to snack or treat?
Yeah.
Coffee.
Yeah, right.
We had an event last night. It was great. We hosted a bunch of our dealer partners along with some of our our vendor partners, and I made the bed and smoke a cigar last night, and now it's affecting my voice. So my go-to treat right now is water, and cough drop.
Yes,
I have to do it just so I can speak, and you can hear it in my voice.
And to your point is that as he's grabbed a swig, I woke up this morning. I had a voice, no problem. By the time I got to the booth, it was, for those that have been following long enough to know that I lose my voice about every single conference, and it turns into, I've been dubbed the Cookie Monster and the Exorcist, and it got pretty bad there. And then I was like, I got to go live here. So we will see how long it lasts, because it's kind of going out. But so far, we're doing okay right now. Doing okay. The same, like it's usually water, and that's about it. Doing that. So any other, I'll say, takeaways for any of the event, or any words of wisdom for those that are watching right now?
Well, listen, so ADA for a minute, right? Obviously, it's a huge trade show, right?
Yeah.
It's the biggest event in our industry, but it's also an educational opportunity for dealers, right? So it's a great time for them to take advantage of all of the wealth of knowledge that exists around here in the space, and going to sessions and learning from the leaders in our industry about how to operate. And that's really what this is all about, right? That's the foundation of this conference. It's an educational event, and then it's a trade show, and we have some fun in the evenings, right? But at the end of the day, it's here to help dealers learn how to operate better. That's what it's all about.
It is. And I was talking to Joe Akers and the Dot about this a little bit. That's like for those that were able to make it, because at some point, like, you're just unable to make it. I totally get that. I've had a couple of friends who are like, hey, I just can't make it. But they're like, there's no break, because people are just wanting to learn. They want this, they want that. And so you're constantly it does make the day go by a lot quicker, in my opinion, as well, because you're just so slammed, which is a very, very good problem to have.
It really is. Yesterday I was here in the booth, and it wasn't as busy as we had all hoped at first, but it did pick up as more people started to arrive in town. And then I looked down at my watch at one point. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's already 4:00, and I thought it was 11:30. I mean, it was. The days do go by quickly. There's so much to take in. There's so many people to speak with that the time really does fly when you're here. There's my good friend, Ryan.
I was going to say, as we were walking by here, like I was just going to say, the people watching is amazing. I know y'all can't see behind here, but we've got Ryan Sodakoff in the background here. We've got Jeffrey over here. It is a full like paparazzi right now at this point of people just taking photos. So we'll just roll with it.
Yeah, I love it. I feel like I'm actually a famous person.
You come on the show one time and drink old fashions is what happens. But no, it is like I'm watching these people walk by right now, and like you're trying to host a show, but it is very good people watching on top of everything else. Like my gosh.
And listen, our people are great, right? Like flashy dressers. We've got people from every walk of life that work in this industry. Another one of the reasons I love the industry that we all work in. I mean, it doesn't matter where you're from, what your background is. You're welcome with open arms into this business, and once you're in, you can't get out. It's amazing.
Such a man. Any other words of wisdom? I won't say words, but I used that already. But the first time, and I know I asked this last time, but maybe someone didn't catch our episode. What is one piece of advice you're giving to someone that's never been to NADA?
Well, first of all, come to NADA. I recommend it for any dealer out there. And then take the time to sit down and learn about all of the possible opportunities, right? Like, don't just come here to party. Come here to learn. Come here to meet with vendors. Meet with your current vendors. Yeah. And, renegotiate your deal, whatever it
Yeah.
is, right? Learn about their new innovations, right? Because we build up and we wait for this moment every year, and then people roll out new things. So
Yep.
take the time to learn about the new opportunities that are available with your current vendor partners, and then hold them accountable and look at some of the competition as well. So
Amen.
sit down and talk to people.
Amen. And there's even let's say that not that anybody ever has issues with any of their products they have, but let's say you're running into something, you now have a chance to talk to whoever that person may be, whether it's, hey, my spouse, or maybe the CEO or the president of the company, and you can have those conversations and get a lot when you're able to have that face-to-face meeting with them. So I agree.
100%. For me, it's one of the reasons I love to get out in the field with my dealers. Through COVID, we became more efficient using streaming and all of these things. But, at the end of the day, going and seeing my clients, as Brooke said, we were visiting a client earlier in the week, and sitting in the dealership and, seeing where they are and, having meaningful conversations, it's important. And the same thing here. If you're a dealer and you've got a vendor partner that maybe you've had some issues with, right? Sit down with them here at NADA and work it out. Okay, there's nothing you can't. There's always going to be problems in life. Have a relationship with your partners and fix it. That's what it's all about, and that happens a lot right here on the floor. I've seen it today. I saw it earlier this morning with my clients. So, they had an issue with something and they got it taken care of, and they probably got some free stuff out of it too, which is good.
So on a funny note, if you are a dealer here, you better be entering every freaking raffle known to mankind, because your chances didn't go up exponentially with everything. So I was talking to April Simmons and at Horn, and then Ashley Fox, and they're like, honestly, we are winning that Louis bag this year. Like, we are gonna from DEP, we're gonna win this. I'm like, dude, have at it. Like, I fully applaud and support this motion.
100%. 100%. There's tons of good swag here. Everybody's got stuff to give away.
Always.
I think NADA does a great job of providing some entertainment along the way and making it fun. So once again, I think for me, the message is, if you've never been, please get here and check out NADA. It's kind of late now, but next year
you still got time. You can get here. You got a half day left. You're good. Don't worry about it. Got some time tomorrow.
But no, that's really the message. Get here, meet with your vendor partners, meet with other dealers, and share ideas.
Amen. Amen. Mark, as always, such a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for everything you do. First of all, I want to just take a second here and thank Brooke Furniss for everything that she does for our industry. Seriously, you educate, you provide value to all of us, whether you're a dealer or we are a vendor, and we all really appreciate you.
Thank you. I love you. Thank you so much.
Love you too.
All right, everyone. As always, there's someone amazing coming up next. I don't know who it is, but you all will be like, oh yeah, that person is kick-ass, and I know it's going to be, because it's my show and I only allow kick-ass people on my show.
There you go.
With that, everyone, have a great rest of your NADA. Hopefully see you, like I said, Dealer Funnel booth 8345. Stop by. Talk to Dealer World is here. Talk to Mark. And you got Adam Marburger signing stuff. And his books did arrive from our last conversation.
Nice.
So he's got to go with that. But everyone will see you all shortly.